What's up, fellow gamers? Today we are playing Ball
Block
Maze.
where the first thing they want us to do is to click on here, buy a box, and according to this little hand, drag this guy down here. I guess buy another blocks, because that's what the hand's telling me to do. Are you just forcing me to spend my money on blocks, man? Put that guy there, okay. And drop that guy on top for a multiplier. Is it a multiplier? No. So I think what it was trying to tell us to do is that if we add a 1 to 1, that we can get a 2, which is actually going for a little over 2.05 points. This one's giving us 1 point or 1 coin, whichever one you want to call it. Let's buy some more blocks and see what else we can make here. Maybe get a little line of 2s going here. Get a whole bunch of points. Apparently you can't add a 2 and a 1 to make a 3. Can you add a 2 and a 2? Okay, so if you add a 2 and a 2, you make a 3. How much does the 3 give us? 4.2. Alright, it's not bad. Looking at my potential upgrades over here, I got the option to buy a new block, to buy a new ball, so I'm guessing, yeah, I see the arrow, it says it'll give me 2 balls. The income of the ball speed, crit chance, and triple income. Ooh, I like the triple income idea. It is gonna cost 650 though, and that's still quite a ways off. So for now, we're just gonna buy a whole bunch of these, see what else we can make here. We got a whole line of 1s going. Let's get some 2s on the line. We'll make a 3. Now we got a couple of 3s going. What does the 4 look like then? If I combine 2 of these, okay, the 4 goes like that. Oh, look, it travels around in the tube on the outside. So if I take this out of the way, hold on a second here. Yeah, it goes in over here, and I guess wherever this little green speck is, that's where it's gonna keep spitting it back out at. So wait a minute, I might have just figured out something cool already to start here. If I shrink this down, does that actually increase the ball speed here? Oh, that's already much faster.
Wait a minute.
So if I were to do that, click on this ball speed upgrade a whole bunch of times. I mean, the first time is only 2%, and this is 1,000 too. It's pretty costly. Triple income. Okay. Oh, increases the chance of triple income.
Chance.
Hence the word chance. Well, what's the chance? I guess maybe that's what the 0.8, 1.6% is. I don't know. Either way, next map, we need to save up to 1 million to even get to the next part of the game. So we got goals already. We're just starting. We already got goals set. If we combine these together, what does a number 4 look like? Oh, we did 4 already. What does a 5 look like? All right, they got a little 2 times bonus button up here. I'll get double the coins for 180 seconds. Well, coming out of there, I got instantaneously, I have like the option to unlock all these. If I double the ball, doesn't that just double my income technically? Oh, there's 2 of them doing that, right? Let's do it again. Let's get 3 of them going. Triple the income early on, baby. All right, crit chance will increase the income by 200%. You get double the income if it crits. This will turn our crit chance up to 2.4%. Take some of these, I guess. And what does the number 5 look like? Okay, 5's got a little left-handed winger there. Called it a winger. Ha! Let's shovel some money into ball speed, I guess. Shovel some money into the triple income. Shovel a little money into the ball income. Do we have enough? I just keep on clicking this. Oh, take that guy out of there. Take that guy out of there. Take that guy out of there. I almost messed that up for a second there. Started blocking my little pathway. 3, we can make a 4. I'll make another 3, make another 4, another 5. We don't have enough for a 6 yet. We need another 5, so we just need a bunch more of these. We got a 5 and a 4. All right, that gives us another 4. That gives us another 5. What does this 6 look like? All right, it turns around the other direction. So if we move this 3 down here, we can plop this 6 right here. Now we should be making big bucks, baby.
Big bucks.
All right, that's about as many as we can fit in there right now. Did catch on that you could actually sneak them here behind the little corner ones. They don't get hit every time, but they do get hit most of the time. So we're gonna keep on clicking on these upgrades here and see where that brings us to, because these blocks are starting to get a little expensive. Now I'm curious, 1, how high this number even goes. Like, can I get it all the way up to 100? Does the game eventually progress that far? I don't see a prestige thing, but maybe I just haven't played long enough, likely so, to even prestige yet. Because hopefully this turns into a numbers get big game. Making no promises because I don't know. But what I do know is all these upgrades over here are starting to get really expensive, and now they want 7K per block. Well, it's not giving me a number about how much I'm making a second. Just watching this here, that's currently a 5, and yeah, it's not going up very fast. I know once I click it at 7K, I'm trying to wait to do here. The next one's 7.4K, so yeah. Spent all that in a split second. It's already at 9K. I only currently have 4 of them. I'll tell you guys what. Each one of these upgrades over here are sitting pretty close to 100k. This one's 114, top right's 255k, and the other three are sitting just about near 100k, while the blocks are costing me 11k right now. And as you can see, I only currently have a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4, so I'm nowhere near seeing what 7 is, unless I get another 6 and I sacrifice this. So I think what we're going to do here, we're going to let this idle for a moment. We're going to save up for this 1 million down here for the next map, because I noticed, if you look at this, it says the new board is 2 times the income, bonus points on the board, but it increases the difficulty. So let's go ahead and jump forward here. We're going to save up, we're going to get 1 million. We're going to click on the next map. Alright, we did let it run a little longer than expected. We have 1.3 million. Let's move on to the next map, see what this is about. Why does it have X's and what is this, like lightning?
Lasers?
Why is my money staying at 0? Oh, never mind. Ooh, you get 4 per 1 for that. What happens if it hits an X? Alright, you get 8, so the X is a multiplier. What about here then? Ooh, that's a lot. That's popping up by about 20 every time it goes through. Can't quite see. Hold on, let me put this number thing back on. Alright, so it gets 4 for hitting this, multiplies into 8, and I guess that multiplies it again, so times 2 and times 2. So we wanted to travel through a bunch of these then, right? Just keep on multiplying it. Could make the game go a lot faster.
I like it, I like it.
Well, since we've been talking so long, we're going to start off just by adding another ball in before we even buy any more blocks. Put one of those guys there. Those guys there. So it looks like you can't put them on these dark spaces either. See, I'm trying to drop this one right here, and I'll let you drop it on any of the dark spaces. So all these dark spaces right here are going to be out of play this time, but we have multipliers inside of here. So I guess in essence, we wanted to go and ping pong through as many of these as possible to keep on multiplying it. That's what I'm assuming is going to be happening with this board here. This isn't a bad start. We got it going around a pretty small circle here, hitting 2 of our multipliers. I think the goal would be to send it here, because the green slot's here, which means it automatically has to come out here. And I am noticing that the balls, when they go back into this outer ring, they always travel like this in a clockwise direction. So the closer we get it to go back in along this side, the quicker it will go and come back out. So we want to hit as many of these little lightnings and little multipliers as possible, and then get it back in somewhere along this side. I think that would be the goal, because our next map now is 10 million, but it does double our income again. Plus, I'm assuming it says bonus points on board. I'm assuming more of these bonus things will pop up. Maybe some 4 and 8 time multipliers. Don't know. Not sure yet. So we did add a few 5s into the mix here, but it looks like outside of maybe adding one more 5 behind this one, I don't know if that works, because I had the 2 over here on this side. If I add the 5 over here, we might get the same reaction that we're getting out of that 2, where it does get hit occasionally, but I think this is about maxing out this until I start expanding some more. But the goal would be for the ball to come through here, bounce down, turn this way, come on back through this guy over here. Then it kind of puts us in a jam. Maybe that's not the way to go. I don't know. Let's go ahead and add some balls back in. 255k again. Time to get the double bonus going.
Let's go.
So adding in this additional 5 here does work sometimes, but it doesn't seem to nearly, yeah, see like right there, like it went through several times. Doesn't seem to work nearly as much as it does if you hang it from above it. I'll take it though. Any bonus is going to help right now, move this along a lot faster. Still haven't quite reached 1 million, and we need 10 million here in order to get to the next map. I think for now we're going to keep on leveling up over here. Our crits, our triple income, our ball speed, ball income. Well, I'll tell you guys what, I already got the ball number over 1 million. If I'm saving up for 1 million, it's not going to be too hard to hit 10 million. Income's already at 1 million. These other ones here, you know, they're close to 500,000, and the balls are getting to be, you know, almost 70k a piece, which keeps going up every time you click on it. So I spent 1 million getting 10 new blocks, right? You get 10 new blocks, that doesn't even give me one number 5. So I think we're going to go ahead and do the same thing here. I think we're just going to walk away for a few moments, save up for the 10 million, keep our double times bonus going, and move on to the next map, see what they got to offer us next time. All right, we are back. We did achieve 11 million. We only needed 10. We're up to 11. Wish we can carry our money onto the next map. What is going on here? All right, so what do we want to do here? Let's take our free blocks. I think that's what they want us to start doing. We need 100 million for the next map. So that's not a good start. That means I'm going to have to leave this game idling for quite some time in order to get to that next map, but that's okay. What can we do here? Let's get some 2s going. Well, this isn't good. So now every time when I buy a block, it just starts blocking off my blocking up this little entrance ball here.
Yay.
I almost think it might be ideal to take these 2s out of the top row already, just to go ahead and allow me a space to go ahead and spawn some of these blocks in. I want to send it through more multipliers than what we're already doing here. Yeah, I really think I'm going to take some of these 2s out of this top row. We unlock the 4. That allows us to hit at least one more multiplier down here. Maybe I said it through that one there. Something I wish this game had, I wish it told you how much you were making per second so that you knew. So you knew when you were moving these around whether or not you were actually doing good or not. Okay, that's decent income so far. We did take the 2s out of the top because we kept on just kind of, I don't even know how to describe it, just kind of screwing ourselves with the direction of the ball. So if I take this 1 and put this here, they bounce, they hit the 3, they bounce back to the 1, they go back in here, but then they go all the way around. So it takes them a lot longer. So every time I buy more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks at a time, it starts just sending everything off in a crazy direction and taking a lot longer to make money.
A few moments later.
Alright, not sure that it was the best move, but we sacrificed some of our 3s down here to go ahead and get 2 6s going on this side. Can't really tell if our money's going up much faster. We already need our bonus back on again. But all these are starting to get a little expensive already. As you guys can see, it's got like 25k, 28k, 23, 33, 53. 17k already for a new block. Given that we got to go to 100 million though, I'm going to assume that these are going to have to jump up to a much higher number though. Probably at least closer to 10 million a piece. So let's see what we can do. I decided to join the 6s to make a 7 here, and the 7s, as you can see, it's like an upward directional one. I can't put it here to make it shoot up through that. There's nothing above where we're currently at, so I'd have to shoot it down again. And given what's been happening here, I have to assume it's either like the 9 or the 10 is going to have the other, the top corner, top left corner, let's call it, to smack a ball in the downwards direction. Because it would be nice to shoot the ball, to have the ball come over here and then get shot down. Could even take the 7 and shoot it back this way, and then a 1 and shoot it back down through here. That would hit 2 more of them. What about if I move these 2 out of the way, put the 7 here? Does that make my money go up faster? Don't think it does. What about if I add a 1 in here? I'm not sure that does either. What about if I crank the ball speed up a little bit? What happens if you just stick this right in here? I mean, it looks like it's going really fast, but that number doesn't look to be climbing up much higher. So I took a moment here to sit here and try to time everything. I think we're making more money per second by having these balls go back in as soon as possible, like we figured out earlier, and then coming back out quickly. Sending it around the hole outside is probably only beneficial if you have a lot of things sticking outside of there. I'll show you what it means. So like I can stick this 2 in here. See how that little flapper thing heads into that pipe?
That's what she said.
When the balls go through there, it does hit it and get points for it. Now we might have wasted a whole bunch of money making the 7, or wasted our 2 6s. We definitely killed some of our income. And there's no back button, so now I'm stuck with that decision.
Oh well.
All right, we are back. I just clicked on one of those coins to take the ad to put me back over the 100. And I know for you guys, it's only been about a second, but that was legit over an hour of idling. Came to come check up on it. I did make 2 6s. And I was thinking about making a 3rd and a 4th one to fill up these 2 slots here. But as you guys can see on this side here, there are 1.7 million a piece right now. And I did a little quick math. I need 32 of them just to make a 6. Which also means I need 64 of them to then go ahead and make a 7, which we did make. But that has me curious now. Let's move on to the next map. We have new goals now. I want to see what the 8, the 9, the 10, 11, 12, I want to see how high this goes. I want to see how many different shapes they can make. I guess eventually you're going to run out of just triangles and squares with little flappers on the end. Especially if your flappers, eventually, I mean, you can only go, what, on all 4 sides of a box. So curious to see how high this goes. Maybe you guys are too. Well, first thing I did notice being here is that we do not have a next level to go to. So this is pretty good. It's a great start. Start off nice and simple. We'll get a whole bunch of 1s and 2s going out. See if we can't throw an extra ball in there already. Start getting some extra money going. Ball income's pretty cheap. Let's jack this one up. We're gonna start slamming out a whole bunch of these 2s and 3s. We'll get some 3s going through here. We're not gonna be able to hit this one, at least with our current setup. So I guess we'll put some more 3s probably down at the bottom here for the time being. Start getting some high income. We are already up to 25k, which is nice because we're gonna need it on this one, especially with what we have planned here. All right, pretty good setup to start. We got a line of 2s, we got 2 lines of 3s. We are hitting 1, 2, 3, 4 of these electric beams and 1 multiplier. I haven't really looked into yet, seeing if you can bounce, if you truly can bounce around and hit multiple of the multipliers. All right, we currently have a decent setup for just getting started on this board. I did swap this guy here over to a 6, and as you can see up top here, I got another 5 that I started making. Price is already starting to go up. They're about 7K, just shy of 7K a piece right now. We're gonna buy our 7th ball here for 1.2 million. And now we're gonna go ahead and let this idle here for a little bit, see what we can get. So we currently got ourselves a little setup here. We've managed to get up to 2 8s. And we got a line of 2s, we got a line of 3s, obviously we got our little 1 and our 4. And it's keeping it all inside of this little fast rotation where it just goes around this little, it's a rectangle, I almost said a square, out of this rectangle. The problem is, I started doing a little math because you have a lot of time inside of this game. So if you guys look real quickly, the next block is 2.6 billion. And we're only making about a million a second right now. And that's only because we also turned our little 2 times back on. So now we have the 2 times running. We're making a little over a million a second right now with this setup. And this is probably the quickest we can make some money right now. It'd be nice to have another 8 right here. And obviously, as you guys saw, you gotta join 2 number 1s together to create a 2, 2 number 2s together to create a 3, 2 number 3s for a 4.
So on and so on and so on and so on.
So, doing the math, you basically start off with 1, then you have 2, then you have 4, then you have 8, goes 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. To 512, sorry, trying to do a little math inside of my head there. And essentially, I could join these 2 8s to make a 9, but I'm gonna assume it's going to make another triangle because we currently have gotten 3 of the 4 triangles. I'm calling these little corner pieces the triangles, which is not gonna work inside of our current system. But with that being said, I've purchased about 300 of these. And after purchasing about 300 of these, it's already at 2.6 billion. And you see how much we're making a second right now. We're not really making that much. Also, by following that math, in order to get a number 10, I need to purchase 512, which means I need to purchase another 200 of these new blocks. I mean, if there is a number 11, that's 1,024, and then 12 would be 2,048. And so I decided, I was like, you know what other shapes can they give me? And if they only stick with the triangles and these boxes with these little flappers on the edge, they could do either a 3 set or a full 4 set. The 4 set, obviously, there's no variations of, but with the 2 set, they could put 2s on this side and this side, and that would, and if they did 3s, they could have the individual ones sticking first up, then right, then down, then left, technically creating 4 more new shapes-ish, if you want to consider something new. So the game has to max out at 15, unless it starts introducing maybe like a block the balls can fly through, the balls can travel through. What is a lifesaver inside of this game is this coin right here. You see this coin? You click on it, it gives you the option to watch an ad. And if you notice, it's offering me 29.2 billion. Remember, we're making a little over 1 million a second, which means it's 1,000 seconds roughly to get to 1 billion, and it's saving me 29,000 seconds of my life essentially just to watch a little short ad. The ad right here is a lot shorter than the amount of time I would have wasted in order to sit there and actually gain that whole 32 million. Plus, now I can buy an extra ball, which helps me speed up the time a whole bunch. Shove a little extra money into... Can I get 2 of them? Don't have enough to get 2 of them. Let's toss it in the ball speed. So... I've let this game run or idle for quite a lot of hours right now, and then completely overnight one night here. And essentially what's happening is, if you look over here, I currently have 23 balls out there in the process, but I'm only making about 2 million a second. And you can see I have a ridiculous amount of points right now. The balls going in and bouncing through these are becoming irrelevant, but I'm super curious what the 10th block looks like. But we don't currently have enough, so I've been trying to let it idle to see if I can get up to number 10. I have figured out overall that it can get up to 15 blocks, or a block numbered 15. Do you guys remember earlier inside of the video when I said, you know, this would hopefully be a numbers get big game?
Yeah.
I was dead wrong. This is not a numbers get big game, even though this number looks like, you know, it's an A and a B, which is, I'm assuming that's what it is. The number up top here actually only represents quintillions. So it went up to B for billion, T for trillion, and then it jumped over to A, and then now to AB. So technically this is only in the quintillions, but I do want to see what the 10th block looks like. So we are going to go and spend the rest of this money remaining here on trying to join together some blocks and see if we can get some higher numbered blocks here. We didn't currently have enough to get a 10. Let's see what we can do. That'll give us a 4 and a 4. That'll create a 5. We'll leave that over here for now. Let's keep joining some more of these and spend the rest of our money. So these will get us some more 3s, 4s. That'll create a 6. We got another 5. We're gonna go ahead and spend a whole bunch more money here. We are gonna spend the rest of what we have going up top here just to see how high of a number we can get. Okay, that is currently all the blocks we're gonna be able to buy. I'm gonna make some more 2s, 3, another 4, another 4. That gives us another 6. That gives us a 7. This will give us a 7. I think we have enough to make 110. I do believe we do. Now we're just going to join everything we have on the screen, regardless of the outcome here. Now keep in mind, guys, I've only been able to make it this far by going ahead and watching a bunch of the ads. So you guys let me know. If you guys have played this game this far without using the ads, let me know how long it took you, because it took me a really long time to get up here. Like I said, I had this thing idling for countless hours. All right, I got a 1, a 3, and a 4 that I can't do anything with, so we're just going to stick those down here for now. So let's see. We join these 2 8s. The 9 is the opposite angle. That's pretty nice. I need this little guy to go away to see what the 10 is going to make. There's 2 9s. Oh, it's the flappers on the sides. Pretty cool, but I can't even use that right now. Can't use it for anything. Well, like I said, guys, if you made it this far inside of the game without using the ads, let me know how long it took you guys to do, because using the ads, it still took me probably about 24 hours, including all the idle time, in order to get this far. But also, if you made it this far inside of the video, please go ahead and drop a like on it. It really helps me out with the algorithm. And until next time, peace, love, and happiness, y'all.